Graeme was a bit of a geek. He was into Star Wars from a very young age. Quite quiet chap until you got to know him, and then you couldn't get him to stop talking. That was Graeme when he was at David Livingstone's primary school, and that was his high school picture, which he was never very keen on. The first seizure that Graeme took was in 2014. He was away on a Jolly Boys outing with his dad and a busload of friends and whatever, and they went away down, I think it was somewhere down round about Leeds. His dad was like, you know, he went for a shower, you need to get up, we're going for breakfast. And Graeme took the seizure, which my husband had never seen before, never seen anybody taking a seizure. He thought he was just having a carry on with him, and then I pretty quickly realised that no, that he wasn't kidding. So he had to kind of open his door and shout for help, and anyway, so they got an ambulance, and I think he took another one or two in the ambulance, and so he ended up in Barnsley General, and he had to stay there for a week while they were doing like tests. And then obviously he couldn't drive for 6 months, and he was worried about all his job and whatever, because being a plumbing and heating engineer for the house, and he needed to be able to like travel about. But he's worked really good, and we helped out driving him places. Again, he had been unwell, so I said I would bring him dinner round. And when I came round and we were just sitting chatting away, and it was just like a light switch, and he just went into the seizure. And obviously I just went over and made sure he was okay, and just, you know, spoke to him and rubbed his hand and whatever, and I phoned his dad and phoned Carolann, and we tried to get an ambulance, but they said it would take about 4 or 5 hours, so it would be better just to bring him up ourselves. And it was during COVID, so I was the only one, well, we felt it better that I went in with him because I had been there when it happened. And when they took him into triage, they took another one, so I kind of went straight into resus. So he was in hospital then, I think, for 2 or 3 days, 2 nights. 2 nights he was in the hospital. And then that's when they said that because he had 2 episodes within his lifetime, they would now class him as being epileptic, and he would go on medication. We thought that was it, you know, that was him taken care of. You know, he was on medication, it wouldn't happen again, and didn't kind of obviously be naive about the whole thing. That's what I feel. I should have looked into it further, should have maybe made more inquiries, wasn't really aware of Epilepsy Scotland.
We were supposed to be going out for the afternoon, and we were meeting my parents, but I needed to pop out before we left. I said that I would drive because he had driven the night before to the family dinner, and I needed to leave early to go to a gift shop to get a card and a present for my parents for their anniversary, from the 2 of us. And I couldn't get hold of him on the phone, and something in me just said to pop down to the house. Both have keys for each other's houses, and I checked downstairs, checked the back garden, and then I went up, and I found him in the bathroom. When I was going upstairs, I could just see his feet at the side of the bathtub. So it looked as though he had maybe sat himself on the edge of the bath, and the seizure had put him backwards into it. And it pushed his head forward and stopped his airway. My mum and dad just, they'll never be the same again.
Oh, we're devastated every day. Every day we're devastated. It's, life will never be the same again. It's there's like a huge chunk being taken away from us. We go out for dinner and it was always the 4 of us. Now we go out and it's like the 3 of us. And there's an empty chair sitting there, and that breaks my heart.
And myself as well. I mean, I didn't just lose my brother, I lost one of my best friends.
For a young age, Graeme always liked to build things from Lego to jigsaws, and that continued through his life. I wanted to do something with his clothes and things, and not just like pack them away. So I got this T-shirt made into a cushion for his dad.
We had an event for Epilepsy Scotland, and it was just a reason to get everybody together, as well as raising awareness, raising the funding as well, so that we could then help other families and people out there that are suffering.
We had Graeme's family in, his mum, dad, granders, aunties, uncles. We get the support of the tenants. We decorated the office. We had Epilepsy Scotland in.
When they handed over the cheque after our fundraising day, and we sat with Graeme's family and hearing about what could have been in place. It's a sombre thing that you could say, well, that could have been there.
If Graeme had the support of Epilepsy Scotland earlier, then he might still be here, because he never had that support.
I would just hope that it just raises the awareness, raises the profile of it a little bit, that it was too late for us, but it might help someone else and prevent someone else going through what we've gone through.